In Philadelphia, firefighter Cooper is treating his daughter Riley to a concert as a reward for her good grades. It's an exciting event for Riley, who is a huge fan of Lady Raven, the headlining performer. As they arrive at the venue, they join a crowd of eager fans, mostly teenage girls, all hoping to catch a glimpse of Lady Raven as she steps off her tour bus. Cooper tries to be the doting father, but his attention is quickly drawn to something unusual. There are a lot of police officers around, far more than he expected for a concert. As they move through security and enter the venue, Cooper can't help but notice even more cops inside, strategically positioned throughout the crowd. He tries to shake off the uneasy feeling and focuses on making the night special for Riley. He films her as she dances with a group of other fans and buys her snacks from the concession stand. During their chat, Riley opens up about school, revealing that she feels left out by her classmates, which tugs at Cooper's heart. He encourages her, but his attention keeps drifting back to the heavy police presence. When they finally reach their seats, the opening band begins, but Cooper's eyes are still scanning the room, noticing officers stationed everywhere. The concert kicks off with a bang, and the crowd goes wild, but Cooper, feeling overwhelmed by the noise, covers his ears. After enduring a few songs, he tells Riley he's going to use the bathroom, but instead of taking a break, Cooper secretly pulls out his phone. Using a hidden app, he checks a security camera feed at a remote location, his secret house. It's revealed that Cooper isn't just a caring father, he's a notorious serial killer known as the Butcher. The camera shows his latest victim, Spencer, imprisoned in a hidden room in Cooper's house, alive but desperate. In the bathroom, Cooper washes his hands and hallucinates his mother standing behind him, an unsettling reminder of his past traumas. Shaking off the vision, he returns to the concert, only to be intercepted by Jody's mom, who assures him that teenagers are just strange sometimes and promises that her daughter will start including Riley in their group. Cooper politely nods, though his mind is clearly elsewhere. Back at his seat, he watches as Lady Raven gives an emotional speech about her missing father and how she learned to move forward without him. The crowd lights up their phones in support, but Cooper's focus shifts when he spots police officers dragging a man out of the crowd. There are even more cops patrolling the area behind him. When intermission arrives, Cooper and Riley head to the merchandise stand to buy a t-shirt, but they don't have Riley's size. The merch seller, Jamie, promises more shirts are coming and lets slip some crucial information. The police are here because they've received a tip that the Butcher might be at the concert. Jamie shares this secret despite being sworn to silence, and Cooper has to awkwardly laugh off the tension, knowing full well that they're hunting him. Trying to remain calm, Cooper steers Riley through the venue, pretending they're looking for snacks while he secretly checks every exit. To his dismay, all of them are blocked by police. In a desperate attempt to create a distraction, Cooper subtly pushes a drunk woman near the stairs, causing her to fall. This diverts the attention of the cops stationed at the entrance, but when Cooper tries to slip out, he's met with more officers outside, leaving him with no choice but to return to the concert with Riley. As the show continues, Lady Raven announces a surprise guest performer, and a hatch opens on stage, revealing a platform that raises another singer. Cooper fixates on the hatch, thinking it might be an escape route. He suggests to Riley that they should check it out, but she calls him out on his strange behavior, forcing him to stay in his seat as the hatch closes. Determined to find a way out, Cooper follows Jamie back to the supply room under the guise of helping him move boxes. While there, Cooper notices Jamie using a keycard to access the room, and he discreetly steals it. As they talk, Jamie admits that he's obsessed with the Butcher case and even shows Cooper pictures of the victims on his phone. Jamie also reveals that all employees were given special training for the event, including a password, Hamilton, to identify themselves to security. Armed with the keycard, Cooper sneaks into the employees' break room, where he overhears cops discussing their plan to catch the Butcher. They agree that if they find him, they must remove him without causing a scene. Cooper blends in by pretending to be an employee, hanging the keycard on his jacket and offering to help by grabbing sugar for a cop. He listens in on their conversation, then steals a police radio from a bag before making his exit. As he tries to leave, Cooper is once again intercepted by Jody's mom, who insists on talking to him about Riley's social situation. Their argument catches the attention of two nearby officers, but before they can intervene, a scream erupts from the entrance, and the officers rush off to investigate, giving Cooper a brief reprieve. He notices Josephine, a profiler renowned for catching serial killers, among the cops. Back at his seat, Cooper discreetly listens to the police radio and learns that the man they arrested was the wrong guy, just a panicked thief, not the Butcher. As officers continue to search the crowd, Cooper hears a description on the radio that matches his appearance, a white male in his 30s with an animal tattoo on his right arm. Thinking quickly, Cooper steals a bracelet from a girl's bag and uses it to cover his tattoo. He tells Riley that he left his credit card at the merch stand and leaves again, this time hearing that the FBI has set up barricades around the venue. Cooper considers pulling the fire alarm to create chaos but spots a security camera watching him. He overhears Josephine predicting that he might try such a trick. Instead, Cooper sneaks into the kitchen and sabotages the fryer. A few moments later, the fryer explodes, causing panic among the crowd and diverting the police's attention once more. Cooper uses the chaos to steal an apron and make his way to the roof. When the officers there question him, he uses the password Hamilton and shows them the keycard he stole, convincing them he's an employee. He asks about Josephine and learns that she's profiling the butcher and has caught many serial killers in the past. Back downstairs, Cooper sees a worker severely burned from the fryer explosion and once again hallucinates his mother standing next to her. This shakes him, but he continues with his plan. He reunites with Riley, who notices his strange behavior but dismisses it when he explains he was cornered by Jody's mom again. Riley also shares that she's made new friends with the girls sitting next to her. As the concert progresses, Riley excitedly tells Cooper that Lady Raven is about to pick a fan to join her on stage. Seizing the opportunity, Cooper approaches a crowd handler and lies, claiming that Riley recently recovered from leukemia and was inspired by Lady Raven. His plan works, and Riley is chosen to go on stage, earning them both backstage passes. Backstage, Cooper enjoys Riley's happiness as she performs on stage alongside Lady Raven, but his mind is racing. He notices the cops getting closer to his location. After the show, Cooper attempts to slip out through the backstage with Riley, hoping to avoid any officers. However, they find the police already there. Thinking quickly, Cooper improvises and asks to speak with Lady Raven privately. In a tense conversation, Cooper reveals his true identity as the Butcher and shows her a live feed of Spencer in his hidden cell. He threatens to kill Spencer by releasing carbon monoxide unless Raven helps him escape. Reluctantly, she agrees, and they leave the venue in her limousine. As they drive, Raven asks Riley if she can visit her home, and Riley excitedly calls her mother for permission. Cooper is forced to give the driver his home address, though he remains on edge. When they arrive, Cooper's wife Rachel greets them, along with their other child. Over coffee, Raven talks about the police operation to catch the Butcher, revealing that the FBI had found a receipt for a concert ticket in one of the killer's houses. Cooper grows uncomfortable as Raven describes the profile Josephine created, which perfectly matches him. Raven swiftly grabs Cooper's phone, pretending to take a selfie, then excuses herself to go to the bathroom, where she secretly contacts Spencer and starts a live stream, asking her followers for any clues about his location based on the details he remembers. When one fan recognizes the description, the police are alerted. Raven also messages her driver to call the cops, but Cooper starts pounding on the door, growing suspicious. Raven yells that Cooper is the Butcher before the door flies open, revealing a nervous Cooper. He checks his phone to find Spencer missing from the cell and, in a panic, drags Raven to the garage. There, he plans to kill her, announcing that this will be his last crime before ending his own life. But when Cooper opens the garage, he's shocked to see his family blocking the way. They had escaped through Riley's bedroom window, climbing down the tree. Overwhelmed by the collision of his two lives, Cooper freezes, allowing Raven to escape just as the police arrive. The family is taken to safety while Cooper escapes through a hidden tunnel in his closet, fleeing to the neighbor's yard. A few moments later, the limo meant to take Raven to a secure location comes to a stop, and a police officer approaches the back seat to handcuff Raven to a metal bar. But it's not a real officer, it's Cooper in disguise, having escaped in a stolen uniform. He drives Raven away, intending to take her to one of his secret houses and kill her, an urge he's had since seeing her on stage. As the limo halts at a red light, Raven rolls down the window and shouts for someone to call the police. A crowd quickly gathers, blocking the limo from moving. While Cooper realizes his wife left some clothes behind, Raven struggles with her handcuffs until she finally manages to tear off the metal bar. She bursts out of the limo just as the police arrive, causing the crowd to scatter in panic. The officers open fire, wrecking the limo, but when they inspect it, they find it empty. Cooper has slipped away by donning a hoodie and blending into the crowd. Later, Raven is taken to one of the crime houses where she thanks a fan for their help and checks on a rescued Spencer. Meanwhile, Rachel returns home after dropping the kids off at her sister's. Josephine suggests she should hide too, but Rachel insists on staying. After posting officers outside, Josephine leaves. Rachel watches the security footage of Spencer's abduction and makes herself some tea. She's startled when Cooper suddenly appears, having snuck in undetected. Convinced Rachel set him up, Cooper confronts her. Rachel admits it, she had begun suspecting him of having an affair weeks ago but realized something more sinister was going on. She noticed his clothes smelled like hospital disinfectant and overheard him convincingly lie to a neighbor, giving her chills. One day, Rachel followed him to one of his other properties and left a receipt there before anonymously calling the police, hoping they would uncover the truth. Cooper removes his shirt, irritated by the smell, and grabs a knife, ready to strike. Rachel distracts him by asking him to finish the pie Riley made since today was supposed to be a celebration. Cooper agrees after watching Rachel take a bite. He explains how the deaths of his victims usually bring him peace, but Rachel has made him furious, so he plans to kill her before taking his own life. Suddenly, Cooper feels lightheaded and realizes Rachel found the sedatives in his crime bag and laced the pie. As he tries to stand, he hears his mother's voice and sees her at the door, calling him a monster. Cooper breaks down in tears and moves toward her, only for the police to surround him and tase him. He lashes out, managing to knock one officer down, but before he can strike again, Josephine arrives with another taser, bringing him to the ground. As a handcuffed Cooper is dragged from the house, he asks for a moment to pick up Riley's fallen bicycle. Just then, the police bring the kids home, and Riley runs to hug her father before he's taken away. In the back of the police truck, Cooper reveals he stole a spoke from the bike and is now using it to pick his handcuffs, laughing to himself. Later, Jamie sees Cooper's face on the news and panics, realizing he unknowingly helped a dangerous criminal. And there you have it, the encapsulation of Trap. If you enjoyed this recap, stay connected for more captivating narratives. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and leave a like to support our channel. Your engagement is truly appreciated. Thanks for watching. And remember, stay level-headed.